Okay, there we go. We're on live now. But yeah, we did have a pretty good 11 o'clock call there. It was interesting when I showed up. I showed up right at 11, and there was nobody on there. And I don't think anybody hopped in till like 11:04 or 5. I was almost thinking it was going to be a dead call, and then they started pouring in, so it was good. And I don't know. Did you hear me talking about Kartra software?
Yeah, I did. That sounds really interesting.
That is, yeah, it's more than interesting. I think it's awesome.
So you're liking that because yeah, I've got mad emails about that and I've kind of ignored it for the
It,
most
yeah, no, it absolutely blows ClickFunnels out of the water.
part. Wow.
Yeah, I am done with ClickFunnels.
Now I gotta see if I can go back and find someone who still got it open.
Well, I had an interesting call the other day. Mike Filsame called me,
Oh, okay.
and he's never called me before. He calls me on my cell phone, and I guess Tim Johnson was talking to him, telling him how he needs to have me show people in Act how to use it instead of ClickFunnels. So he called me and he was telling me about it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't, it sounds too good to be true. And he's like, dude, just try it. He goes, if it's not everything I say, then, he says, I'll buy your next cruise.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, that's a pretty stealth offer. And, I got into it and it really has been pretty phenomenal. I mean, it even connects to a member.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
mean, my existing membership, I could leave it as is, and it could run it right over the top of it. It's pretty cool, and connects to the evergreen webinar systems, and all that stuff.
Man, I missed out on it then, yeah, because I was, again, trying to keep from buying all these new toys because there's one a day or more. So
Yeah, well, I got the 149 level or 147, something like that, and they do video hosting, so I can get rid of Wistia.
hmm
So that saves me $120 a month. And get rid of ClickFunnels, that's $97 a month.
hmm
So right there, I'm already money ahead, just with two.
How is that different from YouTube? Is YouTube not video hosting? That's not the same thing.
Well, YouTube is, but it doesn't give you any control. Like here, when the videos are actually hosted in their platform, they can tell you how many minutes in each person went. I mean, the tracking in it is incredible.
Okay.
So you could literally set up an automation sequence that said, send this person this email with this video, and then if they don't watch the video, or it'll know if they open the email, it knows if they watched the video, and it knows if they completed the video.
Mm.
So literally, if they didn't watch the video, it could send them another email and says, hey, I noticed you opened the email, but you didn't watch the video. Here's why you want to watch the video. Here's the link. And it can keep doing that until they watch the video or opt out. So you can literally know where everyone is exactly in your sequence at all times.
Hmm.
And then you can say, okay, send them the email 3 times, and if they still don't watch the video, you can assume they're not going to, so let's send them something else. And then if they buy, it will remove them out of the sequence altogether and put them into another sequence. And then you can drip your training out on them, completely automated. And I mean, think about how cool that would be for me in ACT to know who watched my videos and to what point.
For sure.
I mean, I could know exactly who opened, who downloaded, who's doing, what everybody's doing. And then I would know, hey, if 50 people watched this video and, all 50 of them watched it, but nobody did it, then I've got a problem. Right now, I don't really know. It's like, I don't know if everybody's watching the videos. I don't know who's actually consuming the training.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
So it's really, really a cool system. You can put videos up on YouTube and display them, It's just you don't know the mechanics behind it or what's going on. You don't have the analytics, and you don't have the the automation. So it's a really cool system.
Are you setting up your membership through them?
I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to do that. It just looks way too cool not to. And it's so easy to build the membership sites too. It's like with a member, you still have to build your site. With me, I'm building my sites in Fusion, so they're not mobile friendly. So that solves another problem. I can get rid of the whole mobile stuff and not have to deal with two different sites. So it's a pretty darn good solution for me.
Can you have, does it allow you to develop online courses through them?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And it also, in the membership site, when you create a membership site in there, you can have different access levels. You can drip the content out where they get, so much per week. It's really, really robust.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's if you're thinking at all about building a membership site, I would definitely recommend the Kartra for sure.
And online classes through them. I mean, that's really where I'm going with.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've always been a huge A-member fan because I love to own the software. I love to have the control over the software and have it on my servers and all that stuff. But I gotta tell you, just for ease of use and all of that, and just the fact that if you, like for me, I still have to get all these other stuff, all these other things. I've got to have ClickFunnels to do the marketing pages. I've got to have Wistia to host the videos. I've got to have all these other systems that, you're piecing them and patching them together, and, one update, the whole thing could go kaplooey. So to have everything tied together and connected, it's definitely worth it. It'll save you a ton of money if you think about it. By the time you look at what you're spending for ClickFunnels and what you're spending for an autoresponder and what you're spending for this and that and the other,
So as if a person's starting all of this new, which I haven't gotten any of those pieces other than ClickFunnels, and I really haven't connected the ClickFunnel to my website yet because I've just been playing with it. So starting over, pretty much everything I need will be in there then?
Yeah, everything I've seen is in there. And the really cool part, I don't know if I mentioned this on the last one, they have done for you campaigns where you literally click the button and it imports the whole campaign for you. And then you just go through and you edit your headlines, edit your copy, all that stuff.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, it's really, I usually don't get this excited about someone else's stuff. And
yeah. You got an affiliate link, John?
I do. That was what Mike was calling me about. Their normal affiliate program is not really that great. It's got a big hit on the front end, but it's not ongoing. And what he was wanting to do with me is put me into a different affiliate program with them that actually pays just like ClickFunnels, the 40% across the board. So I've got that set up now. So
I'll put up the link.
I will fire it up there for you.
Might as well pay you if I decide to do it, right?
Yeah, there you go. I'll blaze the trail for you and show you how it works.
Right. Well,
it's really, really cool.
It's time to get serious, and I'm like, if I'm going to do online classes, which I am, then I might as well have the system, rather than trying to figure out how to plug it in.
Yeah.
To what somebody else is already attempting to do.
Yeah, because so far what I've done with it, I've created a membership site. I basically set ActUp in it as a membership site, set all the categories for it. I created the affiliate program, set the affiliate commission levels. I set up a help desk. which I can use not only on that, I can use it on my regular site too. And I imported one of Frank Kern's launch sequences in. I set up my gateways, I connected it to every webinar, and literally everything has just been point and click so far. It's got all the automations in it, and it's really been pretty simple. You know? I haven't had to deal with any code. I haven't had to deal with any crap like you deal with in WordPress. It's you know, it's all been drag and drop like I like.
Nice.
I like drag and drop. I'm a big proponent of drag and drop.
Where are things at with the mastermind that you put out? What kind of feedback did you get on the email?
You know, I didn't get much. I got feedback from you. I got feedback from Kurt, which I haven't heard from Kurt in a long time. But Kurt is remote, so he can't really get in. I guess he lives in San Francisco now.
Oh.
He would love to do by Zoom. And let's see, I heard from one or two other people, and that was about it. So I guess we can pretty much do it anytime at that rate.
Right.
I guess I'll just pick a date, and whoever shows.
There you go.
We'd have to probably do remote also.
Yeah, that's no problem. So we may actually turn the whole thing to remote. You know, if that's the case.
Nothing wrong with that. As much as I would like to take the family down, we might not be able to do that right now.
Yeah, because Ted, you know, I'm sure he wants a remote too, being in Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should just do it all in Hawaii. Take it to him.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We'll go visit Ted for the week.
That's a good idea.
I am not opposed to that at all.
We definitely need to hurry up and get your boat then, because the fishing's really good out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could send it on over there and have a place to stay. So as far as, like, you know, we've kind of been following through the last few weeks. I've got two really good big ideas as far as front end promotions for ACT. And the one I talked about last week was the one for I talked about Elvis, right, with you guys, and I'll just share my screen here for a minute. I'll show you what I've come up with there. Now, I didn't get this right. The multiplier business, that's just a placeholder. I got to figure out what it really is I'm tying into there. But whatever it is, like Elvis, and I got that for my main image, and I can use that for the ads. I can use that for the landing page. But it's going to be something like, you know, create raving fans or something like Elvis, and, you know, to be able to do that for your business. But I found that in the deposit photos, so I bought the photo, went online, grabbed his signature, put that in, did a little Photoshop work, and I've got my visual anyway now. I had to do a little work to it. It had a cord coming down here, a black cord that didn't look good, so I made that disappear. And, did some stuff like that. But the copy, you know, I'm kind of playing around. The other thing I noticed too, the first time I had the copy done, I showed you guys the copy last week or week before, and I realized I really didn't have it in big idea format. I missed the mark. I had some of it, but I didn't have all of it, and I didn't have a unique mechanism. So what I changed it up to, and I'm still kind of playing around with this, so this is a work in progress. I put here, see how you can use the simple shift that made Elvis famous to multiply your business overnight. So I got to work on that a little bit, but that's kind of the thing. I'm referring to this simple shift as the thing that Elvis used, and you can use it too to multiply your business overnight. And then I tied it to the successful business owners. They know all the tools and seminars in the world won't make you a dime without the right marketing message. Then a simple shift in message turned a failed musician into the king of rock and roll. His name was Elvis Presley. Discover how ad agencies consistently come up with the right marketing message for their clients to produce predictable results. We're going to reveal the 3-step formula that they've been using for over 100 years. So that's kind of my headline copy to get somebody to opt in. And I've got a bunch of the sales copy written down here that all ties it together. But this is like my my intro stuff that's going to tie to that image, and see if I can get them to bite into it. And then another one, I'm working on another one that I don't really have anything up yet, but I'm calling it the prosecutor method. And I'm relating it to creating sales in your business like a prosecutor prosecutes a court case. And, you know, this comes right out of Todd Brown's playbook, because he talks a lot about that. He talks about, you know, going into a sales message like a prosecutor. So I'm turning that into a big idea in creating, calling it a method, the prosecutor method. And again, it's coming up with something that's different that will grab someone's attention and spark their interest and their curiosity at the same time. So they're going to go, what? A prosecutor method? How does that work? And now I've got them. Now I can pull them in. Now I can show them how, you know, putting a sales funnel together, acting as if you're a prosecutor, you know, making the claim, proof, benefit statements, all that stuff, how you can actually lead them to a conclusion that your product is the right one for them. So when it comes time for the judge to make his decision, you know, you won't get the guilty verdict. So anyway, that's 2 big ideas that I have in process, and really they're so similar it's ridiculous. You know, it's like the thing about, you know, with Tim Ferriss. You know, he had the thing where he was selling a book about the outsourcing, and he found out that that was a common message everyone had heard, and it wasn't going to get anybody's attention. So by changing it to the 4-hour work week, it's like, what's that? You know, that's stating the same thing in a very new way. So that's all I'm doing here. I'm stating the same thing, which is the right marketing message is going to change your business. It's going to change your life. The problem with that is everyone's heard it. Everyone's saying it. So I need to make it different. I need to do pattern interrupt and grab people with shock and awe. So anyway, that's what I'm in the middle of. All right. So anyway, we
get one of those. You get one of those Elvis fanatics.
Oh yeah.
And how sinister that guy was.
Yeah, we need an Elvis impersonator now at our ACT conference. So, all right. Well, we got Mr. Anthony on here. He's probably got some pretty cool Facebook stuff, hopefully, to share with us. Or
oh no.
Well, I have some lessons learned. I wanted to share. We've been working with a client and getting. They've been asking a lot of questions about some different stuff, and so it's related to Facebook. It's related to the whole process. And basically, the question was, she asked, "Could we do retargeting?" And then she kind of went off and said, you know, can we retarget to her blog? Can we retarget to other products and stuff like that? And we had to spend some time explaining a little bit about how you really want to do retargeting, how retargeting works. So I thought I'd touch on that. And again, I know some of this you guys may or may not be there, but you hear about retargeting and stuff and all that. And this is maybe just a little insight on where, how, and where you'd apply it to. We like to do retargeting to, and how we kind of determine where to retarget at, first and foremost, is where are the leaks occurring in your funnel. So, you don't generally just retarget blindly. You say, okay, in your funnel, let's say you got a lead magnet piece and it's a free download. Well, and then to the next to a paid offer, $50 or whatever you're offering. If they're taking your free download, but they're not taking your your next offer, that's where they're dropping off at. So that particular drop-off point, you've got to kind of decide, what am I going to retarget them to? What's the reaction I've got? Whether they didn't really understand the product, so I'll retarget them back to the next price upsell, or maybe there was some ejection in price, so you can retarget and say something to the fact of, hey, we saw you took a look at it, but you didn't buy it, so here's a coupon to buy it. Or maybe they didn't understand it and you retarget them and bring them back around to like a webinar or a video that you created where you can reinforce the messaging and then have them click through to the product. So you, in that particular case, when they dropped off at that point, that's how you're going to create your retargeting, where you're going to take them to. But let's say the people that are not even taking your free opt-in, they're dropping off right there. Those people, they didn't really get a chance to consume your message. You can assume they maybe haven't understand it. So again, you may retarget them to a different landing page, a different page with a video on with more information, something like that type of scenario. So you don't just retarget anywhere. You kind of have to have a plan and a mindset of where they're falling off and why they fell off and what you're going to do to try to get them to move to the next step in your retargeting. Does that make a little bit of sense, guys? Cheryl? Anybody there besides John?
Yes, sir.
Did that make a little bit of sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does make sense.
I just wonder, Rustin, you like that haircut. That is a Raiders haircut I'm looking on. I do like that.
I'm naturally going bald, so I figured I'd take it off. Everybody in the house hates it but me.
I like it. Of course, I don't have to see you every day, but but that's the first part of that piece. The second part of that piece, with the retargeting, we like to take them back into the funnel. So one of the whole purposes of your funnel is you're guiding someone down a sequence of steps. So if you like retarget them back to your site, you've now opened them up to a bunch of different options and choices. Most people's site has all these different pages you can click on and different things going on. So you potentially can make what you're trying to clarify, you can make it muddy because now you took them to their site and they see all these wonderful things you do and they don't know which one's the right thing for them. So we don't like to retarget and take them outside of the funnel. If anything, we're bringing them back to a specific spot in the funnel. Again, like I said, based on where they fell off and where we want them to go to next. So that was kind of a big issue that we have run into this week, and just wanted to kind of let you guys know a little bit about that on retargeting. The second piece I had, there's coming up this big, the privacy policy and I forget the letters, GDR or whatever that we're all doing. And I'm sure you guys are now seeing all kinds of emails from, Twitter and Periscope and all these different companies as they're changing their privacy policy to match us up. Well, with the Facebook ads and with Facebook getting in trouble and getting, the analytics company that got in trouble and stuff like that, what we have actually been seeing still inside of campaigns is really no change, really nothing being drastically removed from the targeting audiences, and really nothing being done. It looks like, at least from my perspective, that Facebook is telling the public and telling the senators that they're doing all this stuff, but for all intents and purposes, when Mark Zuckerberg said they make money by selling ads, they can't change that. They're not going to change that because that's where they make their money. So they really are not changing a whole lot of things, especially in arenas you are. Now, yeah, in the political stuff and all that, they're making you double check and verify and do a few more steps on that occasion. But regular ads campaign, regular stuff we're all doing, all the niches we're in, We have seen no real change in it. And the good thing, again, the act process kind of teaches you to how to come out and do these ads. So we're really not getting impacted by it all. We're doing, education-based marketing. We're taking people to landing pages that have content and information on versus the slippery bait and switch and all that good stuff. So if you're concerned about any of that, all the niches I'm aware that you guys are in, it's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to impact you. The targeting information is pretty much still there. We have not really seen anything go away permanently. Some stuff has gone and it's come back a couple of days later. So really business as usual if you follow, again, the ACT guidelines and the ACT process. Ted's asking, what type of ads work best on Facebook? Good question, Ted. What we are doing a lot these days is the video ads. And the reason the video ads, we're going to them, is you can use the video ads to build up your audience and your engagement very inexpensively. The image, for example, that you do an image ad, and we still do the image ads, and you still want to do those type of ads, and we do even a carousel type of ad where you put in multiple images and let it rotate them through. But those are coming at clicks. For example, they're coming in at like $1 something a click type of scenario. With the video ads, we're getting engagement clicks down in the 20 and 30 cents category. So it's a huge difference. And what we're able to do with that is you take that engagement measurement. You say, okay, you run a video, 90-second video ad up there. And you basically say anybody that's seen this ad for 75% of it or more, you move them to a new audience that you're going to target because they've shown by their action they're pretty engaged. Well, we can get that click now at 20 cents versus $1. So it's a lot cheaper to do that. And what we're doing is we're now building up a new segmented audience from our first segment audience. Our first segment audience is we create based upon our avatar and our research and all that kind of stuff like that. But there's still a piece of how well is it going to work because you haven't put it out there and tested it. Now you put it out there, you test it, you run the video ads. Those people in that first audience engage, and they basically move themselves to the next level audience. And now that audience is really, really tight, really, really solid. And you take that and say, Facebook, build upon that and make that bigger. So for now, the video ads, we're getting the most bang for the buck. We're able to build out a second, better qualified audience that we then now can target and come back with our image ads too, but they're better qualified. So that's the one we're doing the most with, Ted. The carousel ads, I've started playing with that. We got some people that we're doing in the retail space. And so I'm doing some playing with that carousel ad where you put in multiple images and Facebook will rotate them for you. So probably in about 2 weeks' time, I'll have some good data on how that one's working. Another technique we do with that carousel ad is we do the reviews and testimonials. So we'll take client, have them send us 3 testimonial videos, put them in the carousel format, and then run that on a minimal campaign, $10 a day type of scenario, and just let that one kind of run in the background. And that one is actually one we retarget. So back to the retargeting, we use that to retarget to the people that, let's say they took your first bite, but they didn't take your second bite. Because what we're making this association is they saw something, but they need a little more convincing. So now I'm going to convince you by sending you some reviews from third-party people. And so we run that campaign, minimal dollars, retargeting, and then let those reviews do the work for you. And you're just trying to pick up 1 or 2 more sales per month per whatever window. So it's not, it's just adding on to all the stuff you're doing. Ted's asking, are the review ones awareness ads? I'm not sure what you mean by awareness. Basically, Ted, what we do is we tell the client, can you get some testimonials from your people? And we don't want you to, you don't have to prep them and prop them. You just put your camera phone in front of their face and say, tell me what you like, what you don't like. And they'll be like, yeah, I like Anthony. He's a, this, and this. And we do that. So it's really just a third part. It's a social proof aspect. It's a third party, someone that is not Anthony bragging about how good he is, but someone else saying how good he is, and just let them speak. And you get that genuine impact. It's a camera phone, so it's not professionally staged. It doesn't look like it. it looks like someone sent me a testimonial and I'm just sharing with you what it is. And that's how we kind of put it out there. We find that the home natural things are still working good. People still love those. Yeah, the professional ones do okay, but people in front of their camera phone still works incredibly well. Chris, how you doing today? Damn, I don't want to put you guys to sleep. I'm sorry.
No, I'm on my phone. I couldn't find the unmute button in a new environment.
Okay, all right.
my thumbs are too big.
I just felt I was putting you guys to sleep. I'm like, oh man, no. Now the other thing we're still doing and still having, again, great success with is our layering process. And basically, we're just, Facebook's getting really, 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 really good at finding out who you want to market to after you give them some information. So by starting with a big group of interest, just a large group, and kind of going through that, and then slowly whittling that down to another audience based again on that interaction, we're really able to widen our initial casting net. And then we have a secondary audience we create that now is a little tighter. And then we go out, and that's where we start scaling and going after it a little more. So don't be afraid to expand out there and look at the, different interests, different people that they like and follow. And again, the way we set it up, that is a beautiful scenery out there, Rustin. But the way we set it up is they got to be included into more than one of these likes. So instead of just one big category and saying all these likes, we say, okay, one category will be the income. They got to fit in this income bracket. Then the next one will probably be, the main target. For example, working with a realtor, so we'll have income at the top. They got to be certain income level. That's one whole criteria they got to meet. And the second criteria they got to meet is they got to be a homeowner, and various real estate related type of terms and stuff like that. Then the third criteria, because of the location, the area, and they got to like outdoor activities, horse riding and stuff like that. So we're really, but we can spread that. We can go for a lot of outdoor activities, camping. We put in camping gear companies. We put in the horseback riding, the fishing companies, rods, reels. So we got a wide range, but they got to be, so we're saying they got to have the income, they got to be homeowners, and then they got to like outdoor sports. And they'll probably be interested in this type of property because that's what that property, and keep in mind, that's what the landing page speaks to. This property is, the benefits you get is pristine land, pristine fishing, horseback riding trails, connected to the natural park or whatever type of stuff like that. So just knowing how to layer that and putting multiple layers in there. So I'm encouraging you guys to expand your interest pretty heavily.
Hey, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that. I agree with everything you're saying, because when I was doing the YouTube stuff and I was learning about it and getting ready to launch into that, YouTube's adpocalypse just went to the ground with everything, and we started losing a lot of our advertising. So you're definitely hitting the head and the nail on people at the right mark, because Facebook advertising is just kicking butt across the board, even with their addition with Instagram being connected right with it. So everything you're saying is actually pure gold, and I'm surprised you're not getting more clients out of this, because you're doing phenomenal work on that one.
Well, we are appreciated, Rustin, and I know Gwen has asked a couple of questions. So again, keep them up, and we'll send you guys more stuff. We're expanding. We kind of did one of John's things. We didn't really do our own stuff and think it through and sit it back and like we should. We kind of got excited and said, let's just throw something out there. And now it's like, okay, I've actually sitting down, was listening to Todd Brown's stuff yesterday about the big idea and going more of that. So I've gone back to the drawing board to do my stuff over again. But for clients and stuff, it's always easier. For some reason, it's way easier to look at somebody's stuff and say, wow, I can see this is a gap. Let's fix this. Let's fix this. Let's do that. And so it's a whole lot easier. But with Facebook, like I say, it's still very powerful tool. It's still very used. You hear all kinds of things about being oversaturated and stuff like that, and various points that the IM space people are pushing out. But we're really not seeing that being an issue and a big problem. We're really seeing in all the markets we're in, we're still getting good results. You know, there are some trends to notice. You know, during the holiday season, the rates went up. It was pretty much holiday stuff. So, you know, we knew that and paid attention to that. Then after the holiday season, they kind of dropped back down, and we're still doing that. You know, when he was testifying in front of Congress and stuff like that, there was all of a sudden a lot of activity going on. But again, none of it went away. And, you know, there was a bunch of fast and furious emails going around from folks. But when you really looked at, we went to all our campaigns and we kind of keep track of the different interests and stuff we're targeting. And that stuff never disappeared. So it's like, okay, you take away these third-party information sources, but you already had a lot about that there anyway. And we've been following up on people's commentary on, you know, because the Senate hearings kind of opened people's eyes a little bit of what they already saw, but they really weren't paying attention. People are saying they really aren't mad about the ads. They really aren't caring about the ads. They really like the concept that you're trying to show them what they look for and what they like. So Ted said, have you ever included where they shop? I run a couple ads that included that and it worked well. I speak rather tight. Ted, we don't necessarily put that in there because if you think about it, the ad tells you who it's from. So you got, you know, it's a sponsor ad, so it's coming from that. And so we've never put that in there necessarily. So I may have to try that and see how that may work. Like I said, for us, most of the time, it's really, we just want that unscripted, original, someone just saying good things about you to push somebody over there. You know, if Chris says something nice about Ted or John says something or Cheryl, I'm going to listen a little more than just Ted keep telling me how good he's doing. So we haven't really added where they shop because again, it's coming from a sponsored ad already. So it does kind of tell who's putting it out there. But that's something to try. We've been testing a lot of stuff, so I'll add that to my list of things to test for you, Ted.
What do you think about? Ted sent me a nice link to a gentleman selling his services for getting a Facebook group going, and his point was we should all have Facebook groups and then have affiliate links and selling products to the group. And it doesn't matter what your interest is, but obviously you'd want it to be around whatever business you're in, and start groups and providing education and having people participate, and then you have people to market to. What is your thought on that?
I agree, but let me explain it this way. I get mad when these guys sell this stuff because they make it seem like it's super easy and it just takes a hot minute to do. And that in my experience has not been quite true. So let me give you two perspectives. One, Facebook is pushing people to the groups, to creating groups, and they're giving some extra credit for that and precedent for that. So creating your own group is a great idea. Here's the problem with that. Creating a group of people, keeping people engaged and getting people in there, you've got, it's a task, it's a job. It equivocates to what John does every Thursday. You've got to get on a call, you've got to provide great content to people, keep them engaged and keep them going. And if you're prepared and got that task and that ready to go, then yes, that is going to be a great thing for you. I've created a group. I'm trying to build it up and stuff. And what I'm going to end up doing to build my group up is I'm going to put in a lot of training videos, and then I'm going to invite all you guys to come in there, make comments and engage and build it up. And rightly so. The other part of that is once you get this group, once you get this tribe of people, then what you're going to be able to do then is you're going to be able to now, I don't like the word control, but these are people following Cheryl. And we're listening to Cheryl, all she's telling us about brain injury and all, and what we can do about that. So just like John did today, John recommended Katra. Now, Katra, I've been getting emails for about 2 weeks now, and every single one I've deleted because I have ClickFunnels and have all these tools, so I wasn't going to go buy a new tool. However, on my other screen, what you guys don't see is the Katra order page sitting there because John recommended. So I'm in John's tribe. I'm part of his group, and he recommended something, and now I'm going to take a look at it. Now, I guarantee I don't always buy everything he recommends, but if I can see a need, if there's a value, you know, because I'm in his group, that got me to take a look at it, whereas these emails from all these other people, including Mike Filsain, sent me the email. That's how I had to go back and find it because I've been deleting them and I had to search his name. But, you know, I have less trust of Mike Hussein than I have of John. And so, because I'm part of John's group, and I've been with John's group, and he's giving good information, and he's not trying to sell me anything and everything under the sunlight. So if you're going to go do that, Facebook does reward you for doing that. They're pushing people to that. So it's a great idea, but you got to, it won't, I don't believe it happens as fast as people think it will, because, you know, I don't know you, Cheryl. So I'm in your group, and you know, you're going to have to put a couple of things in there before I really build that trust factor. It may take 30 days worth of consistent posts of information before I say, okay, Cheryl knows her stuff, or you know, what that level is. So,
well, and most people join a group where there's already thousands of members because they feel like there's confirmation that it's a legitimate group as opposed to 100 members or 30 members. And so getting over that line to where there's enough people in your group that you look legitimate is part of the key with that as well.
Exactly, and that's the time function. It's not going to speed up just because we can do some crazy stuff where I can go out there and get people to, you know, in third world countries and all that stuff like that. None of that really counts or works worth a darn necessarily when you're trying to get people that you can market to and talk to and do these type of things for. So that's why I say when they sell these things and stuff, they just really are it's not all the information. And I this was last month's flavor of the month. They were pushing that, or maybe a couple of months ago. And so I looked into it. And then again, we pay attention to what Facebook is promoting and what they're doing and how they're showing stuff in people's feeds. And so the groups come up in feeds really, really well, really, really good. But it's a concentrated effort. Ted asked what my group was called. The group name, and again, I tried to put some thought into it. Marketing and Sales Secrets for Business Owners. And I will invite all you guys. It's not ready, which is why I haven't invited everybody before, but that is sure what you just said is that was the whole purpose. I see the value of the groups. I created one. Now I got to put some content, or you guys are going to come in there and say, all right, and one video, and that's all we see. Why are we going to come back and pay attention? And then I got to get you guys engaged, or get the audience engaged where they're asking questions and want to go back and forth. And then I can come in there and say, hey, you know what? I got a Facebook ads program. Click here if you want to show it. But that's further down the line, a lot further down the line, in my opinion. Does that kind of go with what you were studying, Ted?
Yep.
So yes, it's a great idea. Go for it, you know, but make it your niche, Cheryl. Make it, you know, and then I would still come off it title-wise as your big idea. And, you know, it's simple and easy to take small segments and do live video into your group to give you content. You know, you might read something today, or for me, like I'll read what Facebook is doing. And if I was smart, I would say, okay, Facebook just made this change. Jump right into the group, do a quick video, and be the first out with that news. Be the first out there. I'm in a lot of different other groups and stuff, so I could be that person. I just haven't done that, and I got to change that and quit making that an excuse for me.
Well, I was told that your group, I don't know where I heard this, but that your group on Facebook should be your business name. Is that not right?
I wouldn't necessarily do my business name because, again, your tribe should be about the idea. You know, we don't really care about Cheryl Hensel business. What we care about is concussion protocol or brain injury or something. So people, because other people outside of your group, they're going to join because you're the title of your group. That's why I kind of came out with marketing secrets, you know, for business owners. You're going to join. You're not going to join my group because Anthony and Digital Strategic Marketing. You're going to join because you want to know you're a business owner and you want to marketing secrets. You know, and I get secrets because these are. I had like underground secrets and all kinds of different thoughts in my mind. You know, secrets that you never shown and stuff like that. But that's what's going to make you join. Like, man, this is a group that they share marketing secrets and nobody else knows about these. These are unknown gems. Let me get in there. Versus my name, but you wouldn't really care to join my group because of the name.
The thing is, the group name should be your big idea.
Yeah, right around your big idea, what you're trying to bring people in for, yes.
So is a business page is not the same thing as a group.
Correct. They're two different things. The group is, Facebook is following a trend where people are. The big trend for a while was the word tribes and creating your own tribe and creating your own community, creating your own group, and that's what this group concept is trying to be. So this is in the evolutionary stage. The business page was, Facebook peer social. People started to use it for business, and they said, okay, let me try to accommodate that. So we'll create a business page. Now people are starting to say, okay, the people are trying to get these people, this group, think of it as a mailing list. It's kind of a mailing list if you really think about it. It's just a group of people that you have access to, you can touch at will. And if you treat it like a mailing list where you build up engagement, you build up, responsiveness, you provide content, they will respond in kind by buying it and learning. And I can tell you factually, we are in probably 5 different Facebook ad groups that we participate in. And that's where we hear a lot of the cutting edge stuff is in that group. Someone in the group will be, I tried this before, and then we'll go out and we'll try it and see what, So being a member of the community and getting and providing that information, providing it first is really valuable, really, really helpful.
Do you think posts every day in your group, or is that too much for people?
I would think you would do, every day for people, and I base that on now in our household. There's two of us. There's me and Thomas. Thomas is 30 years younger than me, so he's that generation. I get on Facebook on that personal side like once a week if I have to. He's on it every single day for breakfast, for lunch, and going to bed. And even Uncle the wife, she's on it. So I would, based on their activity patterns, I would say put something new on there every single day. But it could be small. It could be like answering just a single question. It could be something new you read. And at the same time, you could also, you could do some to get engaged. And of course, you got to get a few people. And I would say this: us in your tribe. If you get us on there, I'll try to ask questions. Even if I know the answer, I will ask a question so that other people will engage and see Cheryl's group is lively. So if you invite me in there, I'm going to always try to ask a question every so often just to keep it lively, even if I know the answer, type of thing. But you might want to throw some survey stuff back at people. What do you guys think of Trump's doing something every freaking day that, what do you think of him cutting this or doing that? Just some of that kind of, but I would say based on the pattern of activity around the people around me, every day is probably best.
Well, I don't have very many people in my group.
You want to see something really cool?
Yeah.
That is related to posting every day on Facebook? You know how BuzzSumo will find you the most cool trending content?
Yeah.
On any subject on a keyword? Well, I found a thing that will do that and actually take those cool trending things and post them to my Facebook page automatically based on any keyword.
All right, you've opened up a can of worms. Share this extra tool I got to go buy now.
And the best part about this one, completely automates it. I think it cost me like $30 one time, and I own it.
Okay, you really piqued my. Now, see, Cheryl, this is the power of the group in action. Because we will all go spend $30 on this very quickly.
So let me just show you how this thing works. It's called Real Specific, and see how I've got discovery. I've got a trending tab. I've got business, sales conversion, search engine optimization, SEO, client acquisition, and I've got a whole bunch more of stuff that this is looking for trending articles and videos based on these different things. So based on what it finds, I can have it automatically do posts to different Facebook pages as often as I want. So if I go into the publisher, I can do a post either to a blog or to a social network. I can schedule it, or what I did is I went in here into auto post and I put my Facebook Internet Dominators account, and this thing now is looking for anything to do with internet marketing, Facebook marketing, SEO, or search engine optimization, it's automatically going to find the top 2 articles about that and post twice a day to my Internet Dominators page.
That's huge. That's huge.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
That's very huge, because that solves for me the problem with it is looking for something and putting it on and remembering to do it consistently. And that, like I said, I think of these ideas when I think of it, I'm driving in the car the oddest time, and then by the time I get in front of the computer, I forget it. So
yeah. So under the discovery, I can see, is there anything under sales conversion? And nothing today. A lot of times you won't find anything under these, but when they pop up, they're really specific and they're really good, and this deal posts them automatically.
Nice, John.
So when you go under business, like business is more generic, so it's pulling the top business posts. And again, like here's one about Zuckerberg. I could have that automatically post, and I don't ever even have to look at it. I just have to tell it what I'm looking for. When it finds a hot trending thing, bang, automatically in whatever account I want. Pretty cool little deal here.
No doubt about it.
and guys, here's the impact this has. When you're running the ads campaigns, when you're doing stuff, even in your group, people are checking out, and this is behavior I've watched from, again, my nephew's generation and those guys. They check out all the stuff connected with. So they're going to look at your actual business page and see what you're posting, how much stuff you have posted. If you're not putting good stuff on there, it makes a difference to them. They look at it as like, you're out of business. You're old. You're not current. You're not up to date. So it goes along with, if you're planning on running the ads, you're planning on doing the groups and stuff. This just is a great way to do that, because, like I said, it's a pain to me.
Yeah, and based on that, I mean, like here, I can look for funny stuff. So let's say I want to post, out of a week, I want to post 15 serious things, but then I also want to post 1 or 2 funny things.
Yep.
So I can set up a feed where it looks for funny stuff, the funniest stuff that comes along during the week, and just post 1 or 2 here or there. So when I go to funny, and it's finding all the stuff. I can look for cute, if I want cat pictures, it'll look for the cute stuff.
Don, is that going on your Internet Dominator? Do you have a group, or is that your Internet Dominator page?
Just my Internet Dominator page. And
do we get notification when you post to your page?
If you're a fan, I think if you like it, you do.
I'm pretty sure I liked your page. If not, I need to.
So let's see.
I follow you on Twitter.
Yeah, so I don't know if I have this stuff posting to Twitter or not, but
we can automate that and tie that in. But
like here's my Internet Dominator page.
Cheryl's there because I just saw her picture.
What they do? Yeah, I don't get anything. Like, I don't get any notifications of anything you post.
So here, I didn't do this, but 6 hours ago, that software posted this thing from Search Engine Watch.
But why is it only reaching 5 people?
Well, it's only people. I haven't promoted this thing because I wasn't doing anything with it. But you can see now it has fresh content on it. Now there's a reason for people to actually follow this page.
The other thing too, Cheryl, that 5 people number, it just depends on who's online and at what point and what time.
Okay, but if I don't see his posts, like if they're posting to his site, but I'm not getting notification that there's something new on John's site, what's going to pull me there to look at it?
Well, if you like it, it's in your feed.
No, it's not. I've liked it and I follow it, and there's nothing in my feed that he just sent something out.
Well,
do you have it on show page first? Because you got to go through the settings after you like the page, and then you got to go show page first.
Yeah, here's what's going to happen with this. The whole idea behind what makes these pages grow is the share button. Like you can see, these posts now are really specific to what people would want to know that are on here. So if somebody shares this, that's going to open it up to a whole bunch of new audience that can come over and like it, and it'll build my tribe. But you notice, I haven't made a post to this thing in months until I set this thing up. And now in the last week, you can see they're coming in here every day. And they're specific. They're right on. Like here's one from Digital Marketer. It's very specific, really good content.
Yeah, I've been getting them on Facebook.
Well, here's so a couple of things that are happening, guys. So a couple of things. One, Facebook made a change a little while ago. And with that change, what happened was if you don't, they change your feed. And they again, their concept of trying to make your feed better. So they will only show the people that you have last connected with. So, for example, so in this case, John had put new stuff on there for a while. So we had no reason to look at it. So it would not show up in your feed because it's not one of your last people you touched.
Right.
So what you need to go do is touch it again, go look at the page again. That'll reactivate and Facebook say, oh, Cheryl, you want to see more stuff from Internet Dominators, and they will move it up there. So Facebook was playing around trying to adjust your feed. That was happening a little while ago. So that's one thing. Second thing, John, I don't think even I'm liking the Dominators page. I like the Act page. So I'm not getting it because I'm not getting the Dominators page. So I got to go connect to that too. But
well, see, here's the cool thing with that software is I could have 10 different pages and I could set up automated posting to each page based on specific keywords.
And that's what I need. But what that'll do for your people, Cheryl, is it's going to take a while for people to catch up to that Internet Dominators page is now live and active. This is what I was saying again back to this process. It's going to take a minute for the momentum to build. And what's going to happen is, especially someone like me, John's posting a lot of stuff. I have stopped literally paying attention to SEO. So any of the posts that come up to SEO, I actually would ignore. But any of them that came over Facebook, I would look at. So even though he's posting a bunch of stuff, I'm still going to pick and choose which ones I look at because, again, time and stuff like that. So he's going to have different numbers of engagement on the different posts based on what people are really interested in. Now, the beauty is Facebook has their analytics, their insights, so we can go in there and see which posts are getting the most love and then now change his posting process to match that. If more people are showing interest in SEO, he should probably turn the SEO posts up a little bit because that's what they're coming and finding and looking for, and maybe turn down the Facebook stuff because nobody's paying attention. So whatever, in your case, as you post some of these different things, you'll see which topics are popular. Obviously, juice those up a little more. The ones that aren't, you would not necessarily. So
how can he take that? I'm thinking in the bigger scheme, because we want people active with us. Is there a way then to take that daily engagement to his website?
Well, yeah, you want to, again, it's back to, it's your list. So in your email list or your list, you're not going to keep selling me every day, but you're going to give me some content, then you make an offer. So that offer, so to speak, is you moving them to a specific link.
In his group. And
you tie it in there. Again, all these still relate to the big idea. All these relate to talking to your avatar. So you can say, hey, I've noticed there's been a trend in SEO and everybody's been following it. I've got something for you. And what John should do is probably create a video like for Katra. So he could say, if everybody's been paying attention to his feed and seeing that, they're clicking on, they're liking ClickFunnels and they're liking autoresponder and stuff like that. What I would encourage John to do is make a quick 2, 3, 5 minute video talking about the Katra product on a landing page and come out and jump off of that. So he would say, hey, everybody on my feed seems to love, ClickFunnels and stuff. Well, are you aware that there's a product that combines ClickFunnels, Aweber, you can get all that in one thing. Click here and see my review of that product. Now people go to that review. John did basically what he said to us today, that same little bit. I found this new product. I've been able to do this, this, and this. Here's my link if you're interested in it. If he would have done something like that, he'd probably get 1 or 2 sales. And again, knowing John's people and who follow him, probably quite a few, because he doesn't bombard you with a lot of sales. That's to the good.
Yeah. This is really cool too. Under they have a reporting tab. So you can actually see the activity. You see, I bought this thing on the 20th, which was 6 days ago. And I ran a post here on the 21st. And I was playing around kind of manually because I was sending it, and you can see the Act Selling System got 1. The Dominator Marketing page got 2. Internet Dominators 2 got 1. SEO Dominators got 1. And then after I played with it for a day, I just set it on autopilot to drip 2 posts a day onto my Internet Dominator page. So you can see 2 a day has been hitting that page consistently. That was the automation cycle that I set up. Now I could set those automation cycles up for each one of my pages. I could set up multiple cycles for each one. So
what happens when people start communicating with you and nobody's responding though, John? Like, are you going in to respond?
Well, I have an engagement tab here where I can respond to them right through here.
Oh.
This thing is really cool.
and sure, let me add on to that again. You know, outside of this, if he should set up on all his pages the messenger, the Facebook Messenger bot, so that they, you know, again, when people engage, let the bot pick up and answer the first couple of questions, and then move them down. So that'd be one way to do that too. Is also engage the messenger bot and let it answer a handful of questions. You know, the first few replies for you, because again, Facebook measures your engagement number. How soon you answer somebody. So yes, you'll want to answer people as soon as possible. They measure that, it counts for something. But there's ways you can do that.
What do you think of that tool, Anthony? Is that thing diabolical or what?
It's you know, I got 2 screens open up with the pay windows. On the day when
I got a question.
Go ahead, Russ.
So, well, okay. When you get into it and you start doing the posts, obviously you could set the posts where you could have one in late morning and one in the early evening, and time it. Could you also be able to put a budget with it to where that at the same time it posts, you throw like $40 or more, and it'll also boost the post as well?
I have not seen where it communicates with the Facebook ads campaign.
Now,
you probably have to do that manually. But on your page, like when you look at your own page, it gives you right on your own page to boost it. You can do it right from your Facebook page.
I get it. Yeah. Okay. I was hoping maybe a little more automation. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know. Anthony might know if there's an automated way to boost posts automatically, but
not yet. But to Cheryl's question and to this concept here, what I was thinking again, you know, Cheryl, you're talking about building up your audience and stuff like that. So you can kind of take one of these posts that's getting a lot of engagement and then boost that out. Because by virtue of it having a lot of engagement, that's telling you that a lot of people are interested. So now just do a generic $2 boost to just, you know, Facebook worldwide, and see if you can bring more people into your tribe that way off of this subject, which we know by its engagement numbers, there's some interest in it. So that's how I would do it. I do about a week of this stuff, take the highest post, whatever it's about, and then boost the crap out of that. And again, I'd probably tie it to an article or something that I would send people to on the backside of that. You know, again, putting my voice inside of this thing. Here's how I'm viewing these changes that are occurring, that everybody's looking at, type of scenario like that. So that I'm not just, it's putting my personality in there so people are getting a feel for me also. But yes, John, I was not planning to buy anything for a while. Now I got 2 windows open. Don't know how that happens like that.
Well, I didn't, you know, that one, I didn't even set up an affiliate for it because I wasn't sure. I was just going to play around with it. But now I see, you know, it actually is posting to my thing, and it's posting good stuff. It's doing exactly what it said it was going to do. So I might get an affiliate link and promote that, because that's a pretty valuable piece of software for people that don't have time to, find out what's hot and keep people interested, especially if you had a group. If you were supplying content for a group and it's up to you to, bring to the group what's hot, that's a great way to automate that process.
Well, I do it for some clients, and so my old process is literally I will type a subject in, find something, read the article, then rewrite in the words and post it on their Facebook page, and I do that like once a week for clients because it takes a lot of time.
Yeah. This
makes that like now I can say that with a smile like sure I'm gonna do some posting for you. Just get what do you want to post for? I mean I got some people that are realtors, you can just build up all kinds of stuff on that side of things.
Yeah, you could easily create a service around that one and sell posting
wholeheartedly. And so didn't want to, but you can't argue with it.
Oh man, did you look? Is it still like $30 or whatever?
I'm finding Chris Munch has got it for 37.
Okay, that might have been it. It might have been 37.
So
and that's a one-time fee.
Yeah, yep, a one-shot deal.
Mm.
Pretty cool.
I mean, that's just it's huge, man. Because there's nothing worse than looking at a page with no information, no new content. People haven't posted forever on it. It looks like it's getting some good relevant stuff. Yeah. I like that.
What was it called again?
It's called Real Specific.
The guy is Simon Warner.
Simon Warner with Real Specific.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I know who developed it. It's one of the old school Black Hat guys developed it. I've known him for a long time. He sent me a link. He said, "You got to look at this. This is my latest and greatest." So it was definitely worth looking at.
Yeah. Dang, interesting. All right.
What plan did you get, Jan?
I don't recall that there was a plan to pick from. I just got the $37 one.
URL goes to a sales page.
Let me look here.
Ted, the one I'm on is realspecific.com.
202. That's the average increase in site visitors when booking real specific.
Tab here.
That 24,000 is still out there, and I'm not signing it.
202. That's the app.
Yeah, that's the page I'm on. Oh, they got a 37 one-time power plan, Ted, and then they got 2 monthly options. So they're playing the usual.
Oh yeah, that's what he did say. He said they were planning on doing this, as a monthly service. But for right now, while they're doing the initial, they're offering it for 37 one time. So I would definitely get in on that if you want this thing. Get it before you have to buy it monthly.
Sounds good.
I mean, for $37, you can hardly go wrong with that for what it does. If you need posts done automatically, you wouldn't be able to get an outsourcer to do much for $37.
No.
Hey, I have a question about that. Is it when you buy it, can you only apply it to one group? I'm sorry, you might have covered this before. Can you only apply it to one group, or can you use it on multiple groups?
Yeah, as many as you want.
Okay.
Well, the package says, let me look here. Post up to 10 websites. Post to 50. The $37 one-time plan. Post to 10 sites. Post to 50 social accounts. So it looks like 50. I would take that to be 50 different Facebook pages you could do.
Okay. And can I sign up for it, even though I don't know where I'm going to apply it yet? I can still get that offer, and then when okay.
Yeah, because it's a lifetime deal. So.
Oh, and I plan to live a long, long time. Hey, I'm sorry, I got a pen and paper now. Could you give me that email address or that site address one more time?
It's Real Specific. REAL Pacific.com.
Thank you.
All right. So, all right. Anything else before we wrap up for today?
There's good fishing at South Point.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that should do it for today. We'll be back on regular time next week, and I've given you guys some stuff to go take a look at there. So have fun.
All right, John. Thanks.